Well, hello friends, Mark Holmes here, and as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, man, you know this thing does not work. Happy 4th of July here. It is our Independence Day because the American people got fed up with England and said, England, read between the lines. We are sick and tired of listening to all that stuff that you're trying to force on us, and we want to say bye-bye. Now, all my friends in England, okay, Mark Sampson, we're good now, right? We're good. It's been a couple hundred years. We can bury the hatchet and all that. We're good, right? Because I don't want to piss off my Dallas Cowboy fans in England and stuff because, you know, we're still all family. But here's the thing. I'm actually out here getting my smoker going, and I know a lot of you guys are going to be, you know, say I'm sacrilegious because I use a gas smoker. But you know what? Don't knock something till you try it. That's all I'm going to say to you. Don't knock it till you try it. Because what I do is it's kind of the best of both worlds. I end up using my gas smoker, which when I set this sucker at 220 degrees, next 20 hours, it will be exactly 220 degrees. And then I've got, look, you see this down here? I've got oak charcoal, and I've got some hickory chunks and stuff that are in there that will be in like the smoke pan. So this will give me all my smoke. It'll keep my temperature perfect. And I've got 4 racks. I put in there last year 8 pork shoulders when we did our tailgate at FedEx Field last year. You know what? I'm going to put 12 in there this year for our tailgate. And our tailgate, y'all, guys, when I say that this tailgate is going to be off the chain, it's going to be off the chain. I was talking to my man Barry yesterday. We may have Lincoln Coleman, you know, Super Bowl winning running back. He was behind Emmitt Smith, of course, but he was on the 90s teams, got the ring. You guys saw me with him doing an interview just before I did one with Drew Pearson for the Eagle game. He's going to be, well, he may be at our tailgate, and we're going to be eating and throwing down. We have, at the moment, I think 10 parking spaces in the red zone lot. We're going to have several tarps, probably like 4 or 5 of those tarps set up. We're going to have a 65-inch TV out there. I'm going to probably be bringing about 150 pounds of chicken wings, probably about 12, 14 pork shoulders. We're going to throw down. We're going to have a pregame show. We're going to have people that are going to be out there watching the game outside. We'll have reports from inside the stadium. And instead of spending that 2 hours trying to get out of the parking lot, we're having an after party there. So if you're interested in going, definitely hit up Cowboys Experience on there. And as I get closer and closer, I'll have more information to it. But just plan on being in red zone lot is where we're going to be. And when you come, make sure you're hungry and make sure you're ready to throw down and cheer on those Cowboys. And so now that our Cowboys got some great news that right now, the only person left that we have to worry about is Tyrone Crawford, whether or not he gets suspended. Now, I guess they're still doing their investigation with the NFL right now because we haven't heard about him going to see the commissioner. Now, as far as Zeke goes, they talked to his girlfriend, they talked to the police department, and they've gone through and done their thorough investigation of it. And I think more than anything else, the difference in this situation versus the other one was that they felt that Zeke Elliott came to them hat in hand and said, I'm sorry, guys, I screwed up. Whereas before they came at him and they, you know, we're going to fight with the attorneys and we're going to do all this other stuff. And they looked at it and said, you know what? You can't fight City Hall. That's what they said. You can't fight City Hall because we're going to get you. It may not be today. You may play some of the time. But sooner or later, we don't care who you... We don't care if you're Tom freaking Brady with all those rings. If we say that you're going to do something, if we say dance, you better start dancing. You better do the dance. You better do the 2-step. If they ask for a 2-step, maybe you need to do a 4-step. Because that's the way it is. It's like the mafia. So with Zeke going through there, and hat in hand, and he's saying, I made poor decisions, well, the NFL, they go ahead. All right. We're trying to run a business here. They just kind of let it go. And I think that's probably the best thing for both sides because if you're the NFL, right now, you're negotiating on the collective bargaining agreement, okay? You want to get the best deal to make as much money as possible. And this may be one of those kind of bones that they're throwing to the NFLPA. Just like I think weed. The NFL and the NFLPA are meeting the 17th, 18th, and 19th. And they're going to try and hammer out a deal. And I'm betting you that one of the things that's going to happen in that deal will be that weed will no longer be a banned substance, or they will stop testing for it the same way. I need to get my smoke stuff. I don't know if any of you guys have used these before. I bought some of these heat gloves. They're supposed to be good fireman gloves and all that. Problem is with all this stuff is I got big hands, and the glove don't fit. So I'm going to try these and see how well they work. Forgive me for a moment here. See, this is the smoke pan. What we's gonna do is we gonna get some smoke going. See that? We're gonna take that. We're gonna put a couple more chips in there, and then we're gonna put some of these smoke. You see, you do see that smoke, right? It's not my imagination, but to get it really going good, I'm gonna put some of these smaller apple ones in here, because people talk, oh my God, what is wrong with you? You use gas. Well, you know what? Is that smoke? Is that wood smoke and charcoal? Is that wood smoke and charcoal? All right, so this is what we're doing on here today. Check it out. Ribs. Took my ribs last night, got the membrane off the back of them and things. Put some mustard on them. I know, mustard, how dare you. But then you put that rub on there. Oh, you put that rub on there, it really sticks to it. Look at that. And then we're going to cook those at 220 degrees for 6 hours, and I'm going to tell you, they will fall off the bone. So, we got Zeke Elliott, hat in hand. We got the NFLPA and stuff meeting later on this month, and Jerry Jones is spearheading the whole meeting. So this is a bone that the NFLPA is getting thrown to by the NFL to kind of, squash some of this stuff. And it's better off for the league because the whole thing, there were no winners in the Zeke Elliott suspension at all. The NFL looked bad. Zeke Elliott, everybody looked bad. It solved nothing other than screwing the Dallas Cowboys, in which case I guess 31 teams were happy about that. But now as we look at this, we got Tyrone Crawford is the only one that's left that could be possibly suspended. And we look at what the Dallas Cowboys have done this offseason. We lost a couple players in like Cole Beasley and Randy Gregory possibly, although they get that agreement done. You might see him back. At some point during the season. Adding Robert Quinn and Christian Covington, Kerry Hayter on the defensive line. We've got a defensive line like we have not had since the 90s. And now, as much as people talk about my quarterback, Dak Prescott, saying that he's a dink and dunker and things like that, when you look at the talent that he had around him, right now he's got more talent as far as wide receivers go than he's had at any point in his career. And see, for all you guys who talk about my smoker, you do see this, right? You people who talk about my smoker, you see the smoke coming out that, right? So when you start thinking about where this team is, we think about Travis Frederick coming back. We think about having a healthy Zach Martin. We think about Lyle Collins now with the same coach for 2 seasons in a row in the same position. And we think about Connor Williams with some extra meat on him, hungry and wants to play tackle, you got to say that the offensive line could potentially be like 2016. The only question mark in my mind is Jason Garrett. Jason Garrett and how he uses the new coaches that he has. I'm sorry, I'm catching my eye because I see this spider over here who's creating a web, and he is just like zooming. I mean, you think this guy's literally Spider-Man. Is how does he use Kellen Moore and this offense? How do they use all these weapons? Are we going to open up the offense a little bit more and be, more of a diverse offense where we keep everybody guessing? And I think if they do that, if they get a couple of breaks, get a couple of calls to go their way, we got as good a chance as anybody to make that run. And I'm hoping and praying that we do. So I'm going to get these ribs going on, and I'm actually going to be working on my outdoor kitchen here. You guys have seen me working on the cabinets that I'm building for it. So I'm actually going to take this old set that's falling apart out here, get rid of it, and we're going to put a whole new set of cabinets out here, because when the season gets here, Joe Boo's Man Cave, we're going to be rocking this season, and we're going to have a few of you fans coming over to watch the game with us. So take your last looks at this. It's going to look totally different by next week. I'm Mark Holmes, and I hope you guys have a great day. I'll see you soon.